In a city where commercialism is a religion and celebrities as God, there is a video podcast focused on the heart and soul of gay culture. Art from the Heart NYC. From the Vault.
GLAMA was started in 1995 by Michael Mitchell and myself, Tom McCormack. We have both been active in the queer music scene in New York, particularly part of an organization called Out Music. And we had decided that it was sort of overdue that there be some acknowledgement of lesbian and gay, bisexual, and transgender recording artists. That there seemed to be this bias within the music industry against gay artists, and that there was sometimes pressure to keep those artists from being publicly out in their professional lives, and also sometimes a bias against music which was explicitly about gay experience. So we decided that we wanted to get as many people involved as we could, so we invited members of the music press, indie and major record label personnel, radio people, retail, distribution, and invited them to participate as judges, as presenters at past events, and basically get the word out that there are great musicians out there who are sometimes being overlooked because of who they identify as. The first GLAMA was in 96 at Webster Hall. We followed it up not quite a year later, it was about a year and a half later at the Manhattan Center. And we're very pleased to be back for the third annual awards. And Michael, do you want to?
Sure, what do you want me to say?
Take on that.
So, a lot of people have asked us why GLAMA, why was it necessary? And as Tom said, we felt that there was a bias there, but we really felt that there was not a gay music community. So part of our goal with GLAMA has also been to be building a gay community not only in the US, but also abroad. We've had people involved from Canada, from England, and we're starting to move out into other areas. How we do that is people just have to have released commercially within the United States. So it is the Gay Lesbian American Music Awards, but it's just that the music has been released here. So we are inclusive of other people and other places and things like that.
So here with Kate from the B-52s. You were a presenter here?
Yes.
So what has the B-52s been doing?
Partying.
Out of bounds?
Well, we just did a show in Atlantic City for 2 nights, and we had a blast there. That was we played at the Sands, the glamorous Sands Hotel. It was kind of a funny place to play, but we had a great time. There was a band in the bar, kind of a James Brown imitation band, and we rocked out after the show, so we had a great time.
Especially since you guys had really broken through in the new wave community. What's it been like now as you've expanded beyond that?
Beyond the new wave?
Well, not beyond, but like the idea you're obviously appreciated by many more people than you were back in the early days.
Well, I mean, it was nice to feel in the beginning a part of a real specific community that was striving to do something. Just like right now, these awards are really presenting a lot of people, gay and lesbian and others, who have specific music that's not in the mainstream. And that's really exciting to see this music kind of break out and be heard. I've heard a lot of new artists here tonight that I just love, and I'm going to go out and buy their records. So.
All right. Obviously, everyone knows Deborah Gibson. The question is, when did you come out?
I didn't. I haven't. I won't. But I'm very supportive of the gay community, and the gay community has always been very supportive of me. So I'm here.
Interesting. So what other work have you done with the gay community?
Oh, goodness, tons of stuff. I mean, obviously the Broadway community is very active. Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS. And I performed in gay clubs probably 4 shows a weekend when I was 16 for a whole year. I was the only girl in my high school who met a drag queen before my 17th birthday.
What is it like doing, like, when everybody starts mobbing you? How do you feel about that?
As long as they call me Deborah and not Debbie, everything will be okay.
You've been writing your own music for a long time, where a lot of artists get other people to write the music and they have no idea about instrumentation. What really drove you towards the idea? Because you started doing that when you were like 17, like actually writing your own music.
I just feel like if it's going to be your name out there and your face and all the imagery and everything, that I know for me, when I buy into an artist, I want to know that I'm really getting them and their heart and their soul and not somebody else's interpretation of them. And I just have it up here, so I knew that if I learned the technical aspect of it, that I could produce and I could arrange, and I'm a classical musician, so I think it would be dreadful sitting home and kind of waiting for a hit song to arrive in the mail instead of being in control of it yourself. And, you know, if you have a dry spell, at least it's your own dry spell, and if you're going through tough times, your songs are going to reflect that, and if you're happy, I just think that it should be an honest reflection of the artist.
You had mentioned that you're classically trained at what instrument?
Piano. Started when I was like 5 years old. Yeah, I'd like to get back to it at some point. Get a little rusty when you leave it alone for a while.
So then now you're more of a keyboardist as a comparison to a pianist?
You know what? I still call myself a pianist. I don't really like keyboards. I've never been a huge synthesizer fan and sequencing fan. I like to play things live, and I actually own one of Liberace's pianos. So you can find me sitting at that piano most nights, getting blinded by the glare of all the glass and mirrors.
We're here with Reverend Alfreda and
Reverend Zachary Jones.
And you're the new bishop from New York?
Yes, for Unity Fellowship Church Movement, and we basically was nominated for the Most Out song, which was written and created by our founder, Bishop Carl Bean, of Life Records, Love is for Everyone. We're an openly gay organization that's nationally known, and our CD was created for the benefit of African American people living with HIV and AIDS.
So I hear that you're now going international?
Yes, well, wherever we can basically go and get the word out that, our people are still dealing with this particular disease, and that, hopefully through this music and through this form of art, people will be healed.
So we're here with the legendary Bob Mould. How you doing, Bob?
Oh, good. Trying to wind down, trying to get unnervous from having to walk on stage without an instrument to hide behind.
So you won a GLAMA?
Yes, I did. I was shocked. I thought earlier today, it sort of dawned on me. I was like, what happens if I have to go back up there after I give out an award? What am I going to say? And it was nice. It was very, very sweet, and it's been a really great evening, I think for everybody involved,
So now being a presenter here, was that was a special honor for you? Because I remember from our last conversation. And so what was it like actually once you walked out on stage and saw all the people?
Is my fly open? No, it's that. And then I was like, oh no, it's not. But it was okay. It was good. I like I said, I get really nervous at things like this. I just never fancy myself much of a public speaker, and I have like this whole idiosyncratic nervous behavior. So, but it was good. It's fun. This is a great evening.
Like, what was your favorite award, if you had one? From what you've seen here, what has really inspired you?
I thought with Lou Harrison, the Lifetime Achievement Award, that was just so. Was really floored by that. When you as a writer, when you see people who have dedicated their whole life and they just continue on, and he's in his 80s and is, reworking some of his pieces, and I mean that's the kind of thing that keeps all of us going. I think when we see that, when I see that, I just get so encouraged. It's like, cool, maybe in 40 years, people will come to ask me what I think, instead of now while I'm active and, sellable. So it's great. That's a really cool, that's real touching and really just great all the way around.
So we're here with the Clasmatics. They just won for
Acoustic Folk. What's the official title of the?
Folk Acoustic.
But since it's Yiddish, I was reading it right to left. So.
Do you do all your songs in Yiddish?
And mostly in Yiddish.
Yeah, Yiddish is our life, and our project. Queer Yiddishism is our project.
Queer Yiddishism?
Yeah. You haven't heard too much about it yet, but just wait.
Well, let's hear about it right now.
Well, queer Yiddishism is the stance of being Yiddishist and queer and saying we are out loud and proud in Yiddish.
Well, like that style of music, it seems like a cross between especially the newer versions seem to be a cross between like more aggressive rock and klezmer.
Yeah, basically it's an expression of who we are as people, as queer people, as Jewish people, and as New Yorkers.
Wolfgang Busch, and I'm here with Lipsinka. How are you, Lipsinka?
All right, how are you?
What are you up to?
So many medals and things.
Well, you know, that Imperial Court thing.
Hey, we're here at the Manhattan Center where Judy Garland did a fabulous concert in 1962. And now it's 1999. Of course, I'm not going to live in the past. And we're here at the GLAMA, the Gay and Lesbian American Music Awards.
Wonderful. And what's your capacity?
I was a presenter, and I presented the jazz vocalist.
We need help.
It was something to do with jazz.
Something
I remember
to do with
that
jazz.
much.
That's good enough for us.
And the winner's name was Fred Hirsch.
Oh, Fred Hirsch, yeah. He was, and we interviewed him.
Oh, you got him. Oh, okay.
And what are you personally up to these days?
Oh, I'm doing, I don't know when your show's going to be on, but on April 23rd and 24th, I'm doing a staged reading of Imitation of Life. It's called Imitation of Life. And I'm doing the Lana Turner part. Do you know the movie Imitation of Life?
No.
No. Oh.
But that's okay.
Well, it's about a black girl who passes for white. But I don't play that part.
We're here with Fred Hirsch, who just won for Best Jazz Artist.
Thanks very much. It's great that they have a jazz category that's new this year, so I think it's great. It was nice to hear 2 jazz performances on the awards tonight. I think jazz is present at the GLAMAs, and I like it.
Do you find that jazz has been getting a lot of acceptance and is growing?
Yeah, I think so. Certainly, the jazz world, a lot of the music industry, can be homophobic, and I've been out as a jazz musician for more than 20 years. I was one of the first to kind of really come out about it, and I think due to my efforts and other people's efforts, it's becoming less homophobic. But hey, it's everywhere. But I'm hopeful that things are getting better, and jazz seems to be in people's consciousness a lot more now than it was, say, 10, 15 years ago.
Have you gotten support from the industry?
Very much so. I'm with one of the Atlantic Records labels, and they're incredibly supportive, so I'm very lucky in that way.
And have they had you on tours? Have college radio been good to you? The mainstream radio?
Yeah, I've been very lucky. The career is going quite well, and I've also done a number of CDs as fundraisers for AIDS services and education organizations. I'm very involved as a fundraiser spokesperson. So, and all the record companies have just been very, very helpful. So I'm very lucky in that way too.
What organizations have you been working with?
Mostly Classical Action, Performing Arts Against AIDS. I produced 2 jazz CDs for them that have so far raised about $150,000. So I can't write a check that big, but I can certainly get people together and move some energy. So that's what I try to do.
Obviously, everybody knows Sandra Bernhard. What's it been like doing Broadway?
It was a great experience. I loved it. It was wonderful. I love doing off-Broadway. I love doing Broadway, and I look forward to coming back and doing other things. Yeah.
So what are those other things that you're planning on working?
I don't know. I got to meet with people and see what's happening, in terms of other people's work, My own, I'm still touring with this show, so I'll be doing that for a while as well.
Where are you touring?
Next week I'll be in Minneapolis. I don't know when you're playing this, but...
Oh, it'll be about in 3 months.
Oh, okay. Well, I will have been in Minneapolis and a few other markets at that point.
We're here with industry rebel Anna DeFranco. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I see you've won a GLAMA.
Yeah, I got a crazy one, pointy one, for those pointy types.
So what's it like being like the poster industry rebel?
I don't know. I don't really feel like one. I just, try to be myself, which is, I can't even tell you what that's like. You don't want to...
Actually, yes, we do want to know.
Oh, well...
This is an NBC.
I was nervous coming here, just, making speeches and getting crazy little statuettes is nerve-wracking to begin with, and my newfound, straight girl from hell lifestyle, is a little controversial. So I hear, but I'm really happy to be here and feel the love, basically.
Yeah, it seems like you've just blossomed into really being motivational to a lot of different people, and it seems like there's a lot of people stepping up now that understand that they don't have to be the industry whore, quote unquote.
Yeah, well, I guess I've just always had pathological independence, and I think, my mother made a dire mistake when she told me I could do whatever I wanted to do. I took it very literally. And it's gotten me here. So it's an honor for me to be an inspiration for other people to become themselves too. Because we all got to help each other do that. So.
In a city where commercialism is a religion and celebrities, that's God, there is a video podcast focused on the heart and soul of gay culture. Art from the Heart, NYC. From the